say it all the time. I'm a soul, in search of souls that are like Merns, like Mern. Greetings, family. How's everyone doing? All right. There's a few people I need to thank and a couple of things I need to get out of the way before we kind of get started. Is that right with everyone? Yeah. All right, cool. When the divine name of the Supreme Being, I want to greet everyone with a civilized greeting in a very uncivilized time. Peace, shalom, hotep, black power, good afternoon, good evening, whatever greeting that you go by, whatever school of thought that you come from. Some people just nod their head. Whatever greeting that you go by, I want to greet you with a civilized greeting. Let's give it up for the House of Consciousness. I think this is my third or fourth time in here through here. George was here. How many people was coming in then? Okay, give it up for our good brother. Into the ancestral ring. This spirit is still among us, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, cool. Some of the things that you've probably seen on YouTube, I want to clear some of that up. Is that all right with everyone? Oh, yeah. Probably before we dive into this triple alphabet theory. Matter of fact, this is only the second time I'm doing this lecture. I tried it one time while they had kind of called me to do it. I set up to do it with an audience just like this. I went into it, and the place was owned by some Freemasonic people, and literally I got through like maybe the 6th slide, and they was like itching a shut it down, kind of threw me out. That's all right. I'm sure that's not gonna happen here, right? Is that all right? There's some things I'm gonna kind of get into just to kind of clear the way, clear the air, clear the record, so we can kind of move forward. This is Norfolk, Virginia, right? Oh yeah. Okay, I need y'all to bring that kind of spirit, because there's a few questions I want to ask this particular audience here in Virginia as we move towards putting this infrastructure together through the African grapevine in order to survive. I know that's a mouthful, all right? But every place I go, it's like we all know one another, all right? And some people don't. You see each other, sometimes we speak, sometimes we don't. Organizations, the heads of organizations, the spokespersons for organizations kind of never get together, all right? We have to change that particular dynamic, all right? I want to pause on that. I need y'all to think about that. I'm not just saying words to fill up time, y'all. With all of the organizations in Virginia so we can set up some kind of strategic plan in order to survive in case there's martial law. How many people do you think I can get to that meeting?
Right here.
Okay, but all right, hold on. Let's not speak for the individual. Let's speak for the collective conscious group of us. All right? How many people do you think I can get to that meeting? You're absolutely correct, sister. It's that number in every single city. That's a beautiful thing, but it's a not so beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because at least I can get 5 to 10, and those 5 to 10 can move the masses. The sad part about that, you may not get the text, right or wrong, or the email, or the phone call. We have to change that particular dynamic. This next thing I'm about to say, I don't want anyone to get offended, all right? Especially if you got white friends. Is that cool with everyone? See, good. See, but y'all are not seeing everybody's beautiful face like I'm seeing. All right, some people are already uptight with me, but that's cool. We're gonna work that out on the end. Is that cool? And let's just not pretend for these next few minutes. Is that cool with everyone? You got white friends like I got white friends. All right? Okay, so let me say this. We are responsible for their removal from our consciousness.
Right, that's right.
Okay? Okay. So that was about a 2 on the applause meter, but that's good. No, we're going to work up to about a 10, but that's cool. At least we got 2. Listen, you already uptight with me. So I don't even have that to worry about. And I already know some people from the government is in the audience, right or wrong?
Right.
No, hold on. Can you move it? No, I just want to move this over. We're going to leave this seat for anybody that's working for the government. Is that cool? If you'd like to get a front row seat, you can come right on up front. Just make sure on your way out you buy some DVDs and some food. Is that cool? Thank you. The government got to support, right or wrong? So I'm saying that to say this, brothers and sisters. If we're going to survive, and we will, all right, I just want to make sure you make it with us on the flip side of this thing. All right? You have to get involved in an organization or a study group. You have to. We have to link up with one another on some level. Are you following me?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to give you all a taste test. I need everyone to look around the room. Find a very unfamiliar face. Unfamiliar. I need everyone to stand up out of their comfort zone and everyone greet someone. Now, wait a minute, brothers. Don't hug the sisters too hard. That's somebody's wife, girlfriend, or something. Can we do that? Everybody stand up and greet someone. Let's do that. All right. Give them a business card, something. Give them some rap, something. If you claim to know, all right, we must cease beating out people upside the head with what we think is the truth. They'll get it in their own time. Are you follow me? Every blade of grass doesn't grow at the same rate of speed. Alright? You sitting on the mountaintop because maybe you wear a dashiki, an ankh, kufi, the eye of Ra, or whatever you want to beat up on the pig eating Christian pig. I'm just saying that ain't cool, but listen, they gotta grow at their own rate, right or wrong.
Right,
they
right.
Gonna get it when they gonna get it because it took you time to wear the ankh, right or wrong?
Right.
To come into consciousness. Alright? I believe Elijah Muhammad said he sent us to teach the people and not beat the people. Alright? There's always something I can learn better than, and more and better than the way I know it now, right or wrong. Alright, it took us time to get to this point. How many people have ever known anyone that has ever found a diamond or found real gold?
I have.
Alright, that's rare. You understand what I'm saying? And when you find it, it's not all shiny and pretty. Am I right or wrong? You have to put those particular things under heat, extreme pressure, in order for them to shine the way they do. So it is with the human being. Alright? But we have to handle our people with compassion and we have to act like we care. Alright, is that cool with everyone?
Not sure.
Are y'all sure?
Right.
Y'all didn't sound too damn positive. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm saying all that to say this. Please don't beat up on me after. How you doing, good brother? Alright. I want to be able to get through this body of work I kind of laid out. Everyone can get the books so we're all on the same page. Alright? Okay, cool. Last thing. Marcus Garvey, Elijah Muhammad, Noble Chirali, all the rest of those particular leaders that I could mention had certain departments inside of their organization. They've always had nurses, right or wrong?
Right.
Alright? We've always had people that dealt with agriculture, right or wrong? Alright, so we have to begin to pull all these people together. Listen, whatever greatness you have lying dormant inside of you, you have to join the organization because we need you. Are you following me? So now when it go down, and come on brothers and sisters, you know it's about to happen. I mean, if you just sit quiet for a minute and take all the jewelry off and turn the computer off, alright? And put your fingers and your bare foot to the ground, you can feel what's about to happen. Are you following me? Let me tell y'all something straight up. These people are coming for you. Seriously, they are. Alright? I'm not saying this to frighten anybody. You know they're coming. Alright? You see the difference between me and you is that I know they're coming already and prepared for them to come. You understand what I'm saying? I need to get you in that mindset. Alright? Is everyone with me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Someone told me they made a t-shirt, man, and they cracked me up in the t-shirt and said, "Are you following me?" I'm like, "Damn, I say that much?" But are you following me? All right, cool. All right, so I want to dive into this thing I call the triple alphabet theory. And just from the rip, when I mentioned it to Drea that I wanted to come do a new lecture, she said that people may be disappointed that you're not going to dive into hip-hop. I said, well, I'll stay over Sunday and do the hip-hop thing. I don't mind if y'all don't mind. But I want to talk about the alphabet boys. I want to talk about the relationship between the alphabet. That's a great ass. Like, can y'all see this? Can y'all see this? Okay, cool. Maybe it's just my old mind. I can't see. Anyway, I want to connect the news sources. All right? I want to connect the news sources with the people that control the food that you eat. And the FDA is a front. Because you know Monsanto's control all the stuff that you eat. Alright, we're going to talk about Monsanto's in a minute. I want to talk about these man-made diseases that they put among the people via and through the CDC. Alright? I want to talk about the CIA, ABC, the NBC, the BET, the MTV, the IMF, the IRS, and all the rest of the alphabet gangs. Are you following me?
Oh, yeah.
The ATF and the rest of them. Alright? See, we say it so quick and so fast. We never think that all these people are in cahoots with one another. Alright? They're connected via their blood oath. Alright? You call it the Illuminati, you can call it whatever you want to call it. Alright? but they're under oath, all right? They keep certain secrets, all right? And we have to understand this particular dynamic. Sister Zaza was going to be here today, but she has some other business to take care of. Plus, she's coming out with her book, Black Matters, and she's diligently working on a particular book. And I asked Drea a few minutes ago, is it possible that she could come back here to launch her book? Is that cool with everyone?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good thanks. This is my information in case you don't have it. My phone number is 678-557-2919. In case a lot of y'all like playing Armchair Revolutionary, this is my email address. ProfessorGriff@gmail.com. This is a few books I have out. The Warrior's Tapestry, which is an audio book. Psychological Covert War, dealing with the Illuminati, takeover of hip-hop, analytics, and the acapella revolution. Alright, me and Zaza do a show every Tuesday on blogtalkradio.com/Minds Matter every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. How many people heard the last show? No one? Oh, you did. We did a 2-part series. It's called The White Show. Just straight up about white people. No, we weren't talking about white people, but we wanted to talk about the history for the last 6,000 years to present. All right, it's a very interesting kind of study if you really put it under the microscope and really look at all the things that white people have done, and done to black people and to the planet, and in most cases to themselves. Are you following me? The question that I had put out was asking people, can anyone name at least 3 accomplishments on a positive tip that white people contribute to the growth of humanity? Yeah, okay. No one? Positive. Anyone?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, forget that. Nah.
The killing of Hitler, is that right?
No, but see, they didn't kill him. They say he killed himself, but we don't even believe that. We'll talk about that. But how about this question? How about name a time on the planet that white people have not been at war? Now these are some basic questions that me and Zaza kind of throw out. Can you name a period of time? All right. Some Afrocentric people among us say that we came out of the interior of Africa, the Grimaldis. On that, y'all. That's what we got. My phone number is 678-557-2919. Okay, hold on. Elijah Muhammad said they've only been here for 6,000 years. Afrocentric said they've been here for 20,000 years. I just want to know, when has there ever been a time on the planet where they haven't been at war? Ever since they came out of the caves. Because they get the name Caucasian, right? Okay, cool. So we're going to move forward with the lecture, but if you have that answer, all right, I got a free DVD for anyone with that particular answer. Is that cool with everyone? Okay, cool. All right. Since Zaza is not going to be, I decided to maybe give a quote from her to you. All right, Sister Zaza says, some of us are warriors, some of us are not. Don't expect me to be a sheep when I'm a lion. That ain't going to happen. I respect your right to graze, respect my right to roar. All right, let's give the sister a round of applause. Do not lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. Brothers, they're not sitting around waiting for you to decide what you're going to do about the idea of defending yourself against them. Alright? It doesn't happen in nature. It's not going to happen today. Alright? Either we're going to stand up, come together, put our religious ideologies aside for a minute. Alright? Come together and find that common ground in which we can operate to survive. Is that cool with everyone? Mm-hmm. Okay, we have to understand that. Because it's been my motto for a long time. The only thing I'm going to do is look over my right and my left shoulder and say, pass the ammo. Alright, plain and simple. Now I'm saying, I'm going to make this next statement. Please don't get offended. She didn't invite me here to come offend people. But some people just don't get offended. Alright? If you're not ready for the revolution is complete, constructive, conscious, cosmic change. If you're not ready for the revolution, I don't mind if you sit to the sideline and put your cheerleader skirt on. I don't mind. Just move out of the way for a minute. But there's some of us, especially on the internet and other places, you know, the cyber thugs and the internet gangsters, alright, they like to throw monkey or monkey wrench in other people's progress. Are you following me? We just kind of ask that you just step aside for a second, because there are some people that do want to get together to see our way through this. Let me tell you something. I've met with brothers that don't care to be mentioned. They're not on Facebook. They don't put their stuff on YouTube. Alright? Some of these brothers truly, really have the answers to some of our problems. But guess what? They're afraid to come forth because they're afraid of what those brothers that are out there that claim to be conscious might do. These brothers got manuscripts on how to get us out of this madness. How can we create an environment to invite them, all right, so they can impart that knowledge onto us? How can we do it? Is it possible that we can create that here in Norfolk, Virginia?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got one brother.
Yeah.
Amen. Can I get something from the audience, somebody?
Yeah.
I see I'm going to have to do some convincing, man. All right, give me a second. No, give me a second. Let's talk about the triple alphabet theory. This lecture contains explicit sexual depictions, descriptions, which may not be suitable for children. When I say children, I don't mean Tay, Riri, Man, and Twan and them. All right? I don't mean them. I'm talking about if you're really not grown up in your thinking, all right, to the point where you can grasp some of these concepts, then this is probably not the lecture for you. Because trust me, you don't get mad within the next 20, 30 minutes. I'm just kind of warning you. All right? And if you don't, that's cool. That's a plus. Maybe when we take the duty intermission for 10, 15 minutes, you can go outside, throw up, yell, scream, call the reverend or whoever you need to call, the mosque or whatever, and then come on back in. Is that cool? Okay, cool. Symbols are often metaphors in a process concerning creation and are not being presented merely to titillate the senses, but to teach life lessons. L-I-F-E, living in fear of extinction. Alright? We need to understand that. Alright? I don't want to read all this stuff, but this is my good brother, Steve Biko. Alright, if you ever called my phone and got my answering machine, you hear me quote Steve Biko, and I says, revolution is not an event, it's a process. Alright, that's my good brother Steve Biko. But Steve Biko says the most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. Alright? These people could never do what they do to us. Alright? Alright, without you a willing participant in your own destruction. Are you following me?
Yes.
I know you say, well, how am I complicit to my own destruction? All right. If at the rip from the door, if you're not fighting against some of these destructive things that you know are destructive, all right, then you're complicit. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Let's just do a taste test. How many people, seriously, I don't want to put anybody on the spot. How many people seriously just still eat pork? Let's just be honest. Okay. Alright. If we know and we did the science, alright, and we did the research and we said that pork, pig, whatever you want to call it, from the root to rooty to the tooty, leads to heart failure, right? And we give this body of work to you. It is up to the individual to study to convince themselves. It's not for me to convince you. Are you following me? Alright, we have to understand it. But if you don't, that particular process, and write this down, make a mental note, is called durational suicide. Durational, so you're committing suicide but over a duration, a period of time. You know you're killing yourself. Now, other than a few brothers that was honest up in the front about eating pork, how many people are doing something that you know you're destroying yourself with? Thank you. Precisely my point. It's called durational suicide. Those are the things that we need to get in check. You see, you're complicit in your own destruction. The point now that I'm trying to make is, why can't we get together? Because all of us got the issue, one way or another, right or wrong. Right. Yours may be medication, theirs may be pork, somebody's may be sex, somebody may be something else, right or wrong. Why can't we get together and come up with a solution that will work for all of us, without judging any of us? Is that cool?
Yes.
Okay. Because it seems like the one that barked the loudest never do the damn biting, right or wrong.
Right.
Barking dogs don't bite. Right or wrong?
Right.
They too busy damn barking. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. You just let it marinate, that's all. Process it, bring it down. Alright? Nothing, pardon me, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. That was James Baldwin that gave us that. Last couple of quotes, and then we're going to dive into this thing. Birds born in a cage think flying is an illness. If you're born locked into the prison of your own mind, you think what we do and how we get together and the things that we resonate with, you think this is sick. Oh, y'all crazy. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all, and maybe y'all can testify to this. I'm that 3 people in my family, which is 13 of us. It's only 3 of us that are conscious and have knowledge of self. And we're not invited to the family reunion. Are you following me? We're the ones that's talked about. We're the black sheep, so to speak. Are you following me? Now, how many people in this audience have the privilege of wearing that badge? I meet y'all all the time, man. It's always us. We have one person in the family that's conscious. And we're responsible for the family, right or wrong. And sometimes the family never get it. But we just have to be patient, all right? Birds born in a cage think flying is an illness. Birds that do fly don't have to think about it. You know what they do? They just be themselves. All right? So if the sister was to come back and introduce me, she'd have to say, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce y'all to God having a human experience called griff. And 1 or 2 people, thanks for catching the Holy Ghost. 1 person back there and 2 other people in the audience. That's it. All right? Because that concept is hard to grasp. Because you've been locked in your own prison. All right? You're the only one. It was Bob Marley, so you're the only one that can free yourself. You have to free you. I'm going to say it again nice and slow. I'm God having a human experience called griff. Whatever you think God is, you're that. But you're having a human experience. Are you following me? So you're not a human having a spiritual experience. Alright? You're a spirit being in this 3rd dimensional paradigm. Having a human experience. So we have to do these human things. But you're a lot larger than that. Tell me you're not. How many times you've done something and shocked your damn self? Right or wrong? See, that's the God trying to get out of you, trying to re-equate him and herself with you. Are you following me? We have to understand that. Now listen, if you in the church, you may not understand that concept because everything you think of God is outside of the self.
Right, that's right.
And what I'm asking you to do is stop looking out there, look back into the self.
Come on.
Everything that we need to solve our problems of the self is inside of the self.
Yes.
Are you following me? Come on, y'all. We have the issue, we have to look internally. All right, listen, if you still wrestling with the thing I just said about me being God, having a human experience, don't worry about it. It'll hit your ass 2 weeks from now. You be driving along and be like, damn. All right? No other people on the planet look outside of the self. And even when they look outside of the self, this is why when the people on the planet worship the God and paint the image, the anthropomorphic image, it always looked like them.
That's right.
Am I right or wrong?
Yeah,
Right.
Okay, so the God self. All right? The Creator is here. And brothers, sad but true, it's not just him, it's him and her. Ma'at, the balance. I sat with Ray Higgins and we tried to figure out when did we ever come up with this concept of just calling God a man? All right? But everything in nature has duality, polar opposites.
Right.
Balance, ma'at, truth, balance, justice, reciprocity, and order. Right?
Right.
All right, cool. Let's dive into this. Fat, sick, and nearly dead. You see this DVD? Well, I want to give this away if anyone that can answer this question for me, all right? I didn't even give it out yet.
He said it first.
What crawls on all 4 legs in the morning? But for the people that need to learn the lesson, can I at least give it to them? What crawls on all 4 legs in the morning and walks on 2 legs in the afternoon, walks on 3 legs in the night? Somebody that don't know. You way in the back. You got a mouthful of food. You can't even answer the damn question. You got your hand up. All right, somebody give me the answer. Man, why is man? How does that work?
Like when he's a baby, he crawls on all 4s. When he's a man, he walks on 2s. When he's an old man, he walks on all 2s with a cane.
Right. The solution, a man who crawls on all 4s as a baby, who walks on 2 legs as an adult, and walks with a cane in his own age. In order for you to enter into the city without getting eaten up by the devourer, all right, you have to answer the question to the riddle. All right? Questions like this plague black people. Why we can never get along? Why we can't come together? Why? We need to look inside of the self to come up with these answers. Are you following me? Listen, no more books are going to be written about the problem or the solution to black people's issues. They've already been written. Can anyone tell? I'm serious. All the other books that are coming out borrow from all the other books. Alright? The prophets have been here. The messengers have been here, both male and female. Alright? So my question is, and excuse my language if I get Freudian slip of the tongue, what the hell are we waiting on? What else do we need? Bullhorns on the top of a tank rolling down the street. Alright? All black people, please report to yada yada yada. You need that happening? There's been an outbreak. I need all black people to report to the whatever. Buses are lined up. Load black people on buses to take you to the stadium and lock you down. Alright? You get 3 square meals a day. Alright? Everyone get injected. This is what has to happen, this cataclysmic event. What else has to happen? They got to wage outright war openly on black people for us to stand up and come together? Right? See, most of us have to be forced to do something right or wrong. I'm saying those of us that are here, we are the rare ones. We're here at the meeting. This is a start, right or wrong? Right. Why can't we just take a minute, take a deep breath, all right, and commit ourselves to the liberation struggle of our people to remain on the planet? All right? This very meeting right here, I'm telling you, man, this depends, our survival depends on this. You may not ever see me again, right or wrong. Right. We have to do this, Virginia, seriously. We got to make it happen, and we got to start right here, right now. All right? Sister Drea said she don't mind having a meeting here. You understand what I'm saying? We just have to be committed enough to come to the meeting, all right, and make it happen. Can anybody give me their definition of what government actually means from your perspective? Yes, sir. Pardon me? Control, exactly. Who else? All right. The English language is a bastard language. Yes. It's a language made up of different languages.
That's right.
If you go to the root of the English language, more than likely, in any dictionary, you'll find the Latin root. All right? When you follow the Latin root, all right, of government, you end up with the whole idea of control. Not Janet Jackson's control. I'm talking about real control. Are you following me? All right, so let's understand this particular dynamic. Politics, all right? We have to understand politics. Why? Because in Rex 84 King Alpha Plan, they wrote you in as units. Alright? Sheeple. Alright? Docile. And we have to keep this particular thing in mind. Okay. If a nation expects to be ignorant and free, it expects what never was and never will be. You cannot be ignorant and free at the same time. Alright? Let's keep this particular thing in mind. Homeland security. An evil exists that threatens every man, woman, and child of this nation. We must take action to ensure our domestic security and protect our homeland. Alright? Bush didn't say that. Adolf Hitler said it. Alright? The same thing that's going on now in certain aspects went on in the past, especially in Nazi Germany. And this is what we're experiencing. So guess who's going to be the ones behind the fence? Yes, the rich doctors, the lawyers, the entertainers, the sports players, all of us are going to be behind the fence. Alright? Plain and simple. Malcolm X said what? They don't kill you because you're Muslim or Christian. Alright? They kill you because you're black, right or wrong. And we need to understand that particular dynamic. Alright? It says we shall not exonerate Saddam Hussein for his actions. We will mobilize to meet this threat to our vital interests in the Persian Gulf until the amicable solution is reached. Our best strategy is to be prepared, failing that we are coming to kick your ass. Now can you look into this particular slide and tell me what you see?
Gas.
The alphabet boys.
You see the alphabet boys, you see the petroleum and energy companies, all in cahoots with one another. And if you write down a mental note of all of these people, these are the same people that's waging the war behind the scenes, the war on terrorism. They're the ones in Afghanistan, Iran, want to move on Iran, are already there in Iraq, all right, or Iraq, all right. These are the same people, these multinational corporations that get together. And if we took time to decode the symbols, all right, which I think we should do a little bit later. Can we do that?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, let's not even do it later. Let's do it now. Because you see, it's not a shell at all. All right? The so-called rising sun is set on a red background, which represents the red square, and the red square is in Russia. Communism. You should already know that the communists, all right, was invented by the capitalists. The capitalists. All right? Exxon. Exxon is the cross of Lorraine, not a double cross. Well, it's befitting that double cross because that's what you've been double crossed anyway. But it's the cross of Lorraine. And they use, and all of this is the cross of Lorraine tipped sideways, that's it. Alright? But the colors are always three colors. Alright? This is that third dimensional paradigm that I'm about to get into. Alright? They lock all of us into this third dimensional paradigm. Let me give you the taste test, we'll get back to this. They say we should eat how many meals a day? 3 square meals a day, right? Why 3? Come on, talk to me. Why 3?
Keep you locked in.
See, you don't even know. Because subconsciously you're locked into a third dimension.
Right.
Alright? How many Christians do we have in the house? How many names do you have?
3.
3. Right? Traditionally. First, middle, and last name. Why? Brothers and sisters, I need nothing. I need y'all to talk to me, man. Seriously. Well, let's just turn up the vibrational pitch of our thinking. We got to figure these things out. Because if these things are happening to us and all around us and we're participating in it, but you don't know why, then you don't think that's a problem? Okay. Give you another taste test. You get pulled over by the police. They take you downtown, they give you the 3rd degree. What's the 3rd degree? Come on now.
Questioning.
If this stuff is not steeped in Masonic ritual, then what is? 3 square meals a day. They give you the 3rd degree. Alright? You have 3 names. Every flag that you see is always 3 colors. Anytime you see it, why is this? Alright? We need to begin to answer these questions. Let me tell you something. Here's something that you can take with you. From this moment forward, well, not this moment, probably after the election, because I don't want you to catch me out there. When you have a conversation with someone, do not use words that you cannot define. How's that? Can we do that? You look at me kind of strange. Can we do that?
Yes.
All right. I seen a car on the way. It's called the Acura. What is an Acura? What does it mean? It was a drink. I seen a brother drinking the Sobe. S-O-B-E. What is the Sobe? What is that? See, we digest these things. We're driving the cars. We're interacting with one another and things, and we don't have a clue as to what these things mean. So you're just existing in somebody else's reality. Right or wrong? Right. We have to change that particular dynamic. Alright? Amoco gas station is the torch. Alright? This is the symbol of the Illuminati, holders of the light, because they call themselves the light bearers. Alright? They're supposed to be the enlightened ones. So what they do is they hide these things in plain sight. Alright? And BP, you already know what that is. That's for British people, right or wrong? Okay, cool. So if we kind of look into things instead of at things, then we can understand something. I don't want to break down the whole idea of Webster's dictionary of what theory is, but no one understands the supposition or the system of ideas intended to explain something. We already know that. But theory is a system of ideas intended to explain. Alright? Keep that particular thing in mind. It's a system. Alright? So it's not necessarily bad. Some people in the smoke-filled back room, right, conspired, got together and came up with a system that they were going to use. And what they call this system is the whole idea of politics, which is the science of governing people. They came together, all right, in an agreement to perform together either legal or illegal, whether subversive act, covertly or overtly. All right, they put together a system to control the masses of the people. And guess what? Your ass wasn't invited to the meeting. Are you following me? And we need to understand the particular dynamic. So when one of us get the information and bring it to you, all right, why is it that you always shut down on basic stuff that your ass don't even understand from the first place? So let's be real about this. So the whole idea of conspiracy almost acts as a trigger word. As soon as we hear it, the brain shuts down. Oh, it's not true. Okay. Did they not say that the Tuskegee syphilis experiment was a conspiracy theory? That's what they said, but did it actually happen? Yes. Black men was injected with syphilis. Alright? And they could go home and mate with their wives and have children, and then they ended up with syphilis. Nurse Rivers and all the white doctors that participated in this Tuskegee syphilis experiment lived happily ever after. Am I right or wrong? That dynamic has to change. This is what you're seeing right here is called the Hegelian dialectic principle. Alright? Just look up Hegel and study his work. The Hegelian dialectic principle. Problem, reaction, solution. Now let me tell you something. I'm just saying, just from me, probably Hassan, I can speak for a couple of other brothers. There was a stabbing at a school the other day. What was that? Pittsburgh somewhere in Pennsylvania? This cracker went through the school stabbing people with a knife. 20 people. I mean, what kind of docile kind of people go to this school that he could stab 20 people? Man, you get this shit, oh, excuse me, you get laid the hell out and you run through the school I went through, the high school I went through, run through the hallway with a knife. Unless the people are sedated, unless he's a Manchurian candidate and he's activated. Are you following me? We have to understand this particular dynamic, and this is very, very, very real. The problem, reaction, solution. Listen, the same people that cause the problem, alright, whoever, alright, and guess what? The same people that offer you the solution are the same people that cause the problem in the first place. Right. It's called the Hegelian dialectic principle, and it works every single time. Because you ain't got hip to how it works. Alright? White boy takes a knife, stabs 20, kills 4, it ends up in the news, they blow it up. Alright? You get scared, you scream that you want more protection in the schools, then there's tighter regulations at the school. That's how it works. And it gets tighter and tighter and tighter to the point where you feel the noose around your neck. Are you following me? Yeah. Stop falling for the trick, brothers and sisters. This is one man I can honestly say. And if y'all watch my YouTube lectures, I told you that Cat Williams said all of us should have some good white friends, right or wrong. Yeah. So I brought a few with me, and one of them is William Cooper. In his book, Behold the Pale Horse. Alright? William Cooper was one of those that dared to speak truth to power, but he ended up getting a bullet in the head. Alright? And there's a few other brave people like William Cooper. Alright? Now listen. The 1991 book predicts shooting by drugged individuals in order to disarm the public. Alright? It says the government encouraged the manufacture and importation of firearms for the criminals to use. This is intended to foster a feeling of insecurity which would lead the American people to voluntarily disarm themselves by passing laws against firearms.
Greetings, once again, it's Professor Griff. I hope everything that you've seen thus far, you're processing it, you're digesting it, you're taking notes, you're sharing it with your friends, your family, but most of all, each one teach three. In America, we say each one teach one. This is Professor Griff. I need y'all to tune in every My name is Professor Griff. Peace, one love, and revolution is not an event.